Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. This is So with Somi. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I recreated this overwrap dress with a flare sleeve. So to get all the details, do not skip any part, and this tutorial is beginners friendly. So for this tutorial, I made use of 3 yards of an Ankara fabric. You can either make use of an Ankara or a crepe fabric for this tutorial. So here I've cut out a fabric for the back piece, and the width I have here is 15 inches. I've marked out my starting line and I marked in 1 inch for my zipper allowance because we are cutting the back first. Now from the starting line, I'm going to come down 9 inches for my chest line. So my waist is 16 inches, but here I marked 17 inches because we need that allowance that will use it to join to the lower part. So for my waist, I used 17 inches. Now on the starting line, I'll divide my round shoulder by 2, which is 7.5. I'll mark that. I'll come to the chest line, I'll mark that. So my shoulder is 15. 15 divided by 2 gives you 7.5. So for the neck width, I made use of a neck width of 3 inches. And the depth is 1 inch for the back neckline. On the armhole side, I'll come down 1 inch for my shoulder slope. And I'll connect from the neck width to that 1 inch. I'll measure what I have left. I have 8 inches. Half of 8 is 4. On that point, I came in by half an inch. On the chest line, I'll divide my round bust by 4 and I will mark. I'll connect the 3 points together to curve out my armhole. I'm going to add 1 inch for my stitching allowance. On the waistline, I'll divide my round waist by 4. I'll mark and I'll add 1 inch for my stitching allowance for the waistline. I'll connect the 2 points together. So after connecting, this is what I have. The next thing is just to trim off all the excess we have. So on the shoulder, I added half an inch to that shoulder. So guys, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It will help more people to see my video. So after cutting out, this is what I have. For the zipper adjustment, I'm going to trim off half an inch on the waistline. Now I'm going to split the rest of the back piece open. So we'll be using this to cut out our front piece. So for the front, I folded in another fabric and I've marked in 5 inches. This 5 inches is for the overwrap. Now I'm going to get my back piece. I folded in that 1 inch zipper allowance. I folded it in. I'll place the back piece on that 5 inches mark we just drew. The 5 inches we marked in for the front. We place the back on it this way. So for the front neckline, I'm going to take off. Remember, we've already marked in 1 inch. Marked 1 inch for the back neckline. So I'll take that 1 inch off. Then I'll come down 6 inches for my front neckline. After marking that 6 inches, I marked out my shoulder line. Then I'm going to trace off all the excess I have on the side. So on the shoulder here, I'm going to mark out the measurement I have on the shoulder. So I'm going to trace it out this way. So this is just to enable me to connect my neckline. So after that, I'll connect from the shoulder to the 6 inches neckline I came down and down to the 5 inches we marked in for our overwrap. Just watch what I'm doing carefully. If there's any part you don't understand, you can ask me a question on the comment section. I will respond. So after connecting, this is what we have. So the next thing now is just to trim off the excess we have on the side. Now this is what the front and the back piece looks like. Now on the overwrap, remember the 5 inches points, we are going to notch it because this is where our overwrap will be meeting each other. Don't worry, as we continue you will understand. So just notch that 5 inches mark, notch it this way. Now this is what I have. I'm going to open up my fabric. So I'll just trim off the little piece I have there. So I'll cut it off. So now I'll place them together so you understand what I mean. So the two notches, if we place it together this way, now do you see what we have? So this is how our overwrap will be looking like. And if you place the back on it, So if you place the right sides of the back to the front, every sides will be matching. So here I was placing the wrong side, so here I'm placing the right side facing each other. Do you see what we have? So the shoulders are matching and the lengths are matching. So that is the essence of that notched for the front piece. So this is what we are going to have. So now I'll take it to the machine to hem the neckline. So for this part, you can either use your bias, but I'll just hem it in this way, half an inch, and I'll fold it again half an inch. I'll do the same for the other side. I'll fold in half an inch and further folding it half an inch, and I'll stitch it down. Now for the back piece, I'll be making use of a bias to turn the neckline for the two back pieces. So I'll do all of that and bring it back to show you what I have. So after turning the front neckline, this is what it looks like. So I've turned the front neckline for the two of them. Now I'm going to place remember the notched parts, the two notches we made in the front, we're going to place them together this way. So place the two notches together, making sure that they are matching each other. So arrange it properly. So after arranging mine, I'm going to hold it down with a pin. Now I'll take it to the machine and I'll stitch that part down. I'll hold it down with a stitch. So after holding it down, I will now place my back piece. So this is my back piece. I close the zipper allowance and I've hemmed the neckline. Now I will open it up and I'll place it together this way. So I'm going to place the front and the back together, right side facing each other. So you're going to arrange it properly. I'll stitch the shoulders with ½ inch and I'll stitch the side with 1 inch. I'll do that and bring it back. So after stitching my back and front, so this is what I have. So this is how neat everything came out looking. So we'll keep this to cut the lower parts. So for the lower parts, if you minus the 17 inches we have for the half cut, I want the full length of my dress to be 36 inches. So 17 minus 36, we're going to have 19 inches. Here I've cut out the two pieces I'll be using for the lower part. So this is the 2-tier dress. So now for the first tier dress, my waist is 28 inches. 28 times by 2 give you 56. So for this first one, the length I have here is 56 inches. So I have a length of 56 inches. And for the width, I have 10 inches. So remember, we have 19 inches. So I want the first one to be 9 inches. I added extra 1 inch to that, making it 10 inches because I'll be joining it to the second tier. So this is what I have now. So for the second tier, remember the first one is 56 inches. So that 56 now will times it again by 2. So when it turns 56 by 2, we're going to have 112. So for the second one, the length I have here is 112. So if I open it up now, you'll see how long it is. So this is 3 yards. So for the second one, I have 3 yards. It's 112 in length. And for the width of this second one, I have 12 inches. So remember, if we take off 9 inches from 19 inches, we have 10 inches. But instead of using that, cutting that 10 inches, I added 2 inches allowance to that for hemming. So now this is what I have. So to gather this, I'm going to gather the longer one. That is the one of 112. I'll gather it below the one of 56 inches. So do not get confused. The one of 112, we are gathering it on top the one of 56 inches. So you can either gather this first and attach, or just like I will be doing, as I'm sewing I'll be gathering, as I'm sewing I'll be gathering. So we are gathering the one of 112, we are gathering it on top of the one of 56 inches. So as you sew you gather, as you sew you gather until you exhaust all the fabric you have. So for mine, I'll sew and gather. You can equally gather this, then attach it. So whichever one is easier for you, just do the one that works for you. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll do that and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So after gathering it, this is what I have. So the length I have here now is 56 inches. Now I'm going to get the upper part of my bodice. Now this 56 inches of length that is left, I'll gather it to fit in into my upper part of my dress. So the upper bodice, I'll gather the 56 inches to fit in into that. So I'll do that and bring it back to show you. So after gathering this is how everything is coming out gradually. So now I'll turn it to the wrong side. I'll fold it right side facing each other. I'll take it to the machine after arranging it properly. I'll take it to the machine. I'll be stitching it down with 1 inch. I'll stitch it down with 1 inch. But before I do that, I'm going to get my zip. Now I'll place it there to mark where I want my zip to stop. So I'll mark that. So from that point, I'll close the remaining parts and I'll attach my zip. So after stitching it down, this is what I have. So this is how everything looks, and I've hemmed the lower part too. And if I turn to the wrong side, this is what my zip looks like. So we'll keep this aside to cut out our sleeve. So for the sleeve, this is the fabric I'm making use of. So from the line here, from the starting line, the point which is serving as my starting line, I'll come down 4 inches for my biceps, and for the full length of my sleeve I used 21 inches. So depending on how long you want it to be, I don't want it all that long, that is why I used 21. So for my bicep, I used 4 inches for my biceps. So this is what I have. After that, I'll just curve out my sleeve. So just curve it out, just like you're drawing an X. Like this is the simple way I draft out my sleeve. So I'll just curve it out this way. So after curving it out, next thing I'm going to do, I'll use my tape to get my round armhole to make sure I have my correct round armhole. So after getting my round armhole, I'll mark that. Now I'm going to add my stitching allowance. So this is a flare sleeve, but I don't want my flare sleeve that exaggerated. So I came in by 9 inches, by 10 inches actually. Then I connected from the armhole down to that point. So this is what I have. I didn't want it that exaggerated. So after this, we're just going to trace out. So as I was cutting out, I went in more by 1 inch because I didn't like how the A-line was looking. So I went in by 1 inch. Then I traced off all the excess I have on the side. So after cutting out, this is what I have. The next thing I will do now, I'll take it to the machine. I'll stitch it with 1 inch. So after stitching, this is what everything came out looking. So now get my dress. I've already attached one of the sleeve to the dress. So after attaching it, this is what I have. So to attach the second one, I'm going to open up the seam on the sleeve. I'll open up the seam on the armhole. I'll place the two of them right side facing each other this way. I'll take it to the machine. I'll stitch with 1/2 inch all around. I'll do that and bring it back to show you. So after stitching my dress, this is how beautiful everything came out looking. So thank you guys so much for watching up to this point. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and give me a thumbs up on this video if you want more tutorials. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all your love and all your efforts. See you guys on my next video. Bye.